Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm Samriddhi, and I'm thrilled to introduce our guest today. We have Rohini, a leading sales strategist, here to share her insights on mastering sales funnels. Rohini, could you please tell us about yourself and your journey in this?
Hi everyone. Hi, my name is Rohini. I'm currently working with the Global Associates as a sales manager. Um, I have a combined experience of about 7 years in sales. So yeah, that's about me. So let's wait for another minute before we start. Thank you everyone so much for coming. Like I said, my name is Rohini. I am working with the Global Associates currently, and I'm the sales manager there. I handle sales. I take care of the entire sales team there. So, to begin with, this is our topic that is mastering the sales funnel from leads to loyal customers. So, I'm a bit of a history nerd. So, let me just give you a small tidbit about sales funnel. So apparently, sales funnel is been in existence. I mean, we followed sales funnel without knowing that it is a sales funnel that we know it is today since 1898, right? So I'm sorry, that's a small history nerd in me talking about it. So a sales funnel is like it's exactly what it means. It's like an inverted funnel with it is inverted in shape. It's like an inverted pyramid, which is wide at the top and narrow at the bottom, right? And you could say it. I recently read, because I was preparing for this. I recently read about this that says every lead follows a certain path to becoming a customer, and this journey can be captured as a sales funnel. So I think this actually says a lot about what the definition of a sales funnel is. To visually represent this, this is actually an inverted pyramid, which is wide at the top, which then trickles down. So as your leads trickle down to the bottom, it narrows down into your potential customers for you, and they become your loyal customers, from unknown leads to loyal customers, right? So before we continue this, I just want to give a small disclaimer. I'm not saying that this process is entirely how everyone should follow, how it should work for everyone. It is something that has worked for me. It is something that has worked for us at Global Associates. It's something that's worked for me previously in my previous organizations, and so it is like a small formula, and it is something that if you can follow through with it, everybody has a magic in terms of selling. Everybody has an idea of how you sell. You have your own USP in selling it. But if you also add this into your process of selling, if you do your consistent follow up, if you add all of this into it, I feel you can also sell better. You can also be stellar at selling yourself or selling your product or whatever it is. So okay, let's continue. So a sales funnel is basically defined into three stages that I would call as top of the funnel, middle of the funnel, and the bottom of the funnel, right? The top of the funnel is where you capture your leads. So you capture your leads, and then they move into the qualifying and nurturing of them, and then we move into the converting them into customers. So we'll be looking at each stage individually. I'll be talking about it individually for you to understand what happens at each stage. So at the top of the funnel, we have your awareness and interest creation. This is where your marketing team is involved. Your marketing does your entire lead generation process, and then at the qualifying and the nurturing part of it is where you're doing your consideration, and then you're doing your intent for your this is done by your sales team. And then at the end is the closure. And this is also handled by your sales team. But after the closure is where your operations also comes in. But throughout the journey, you're there. As a salesperson, you're there at the start of the marketing, because you define the marketing. You tell the marketing what you want. You define your ICPs, you define your RPCs, you define your buyer persona, you define everything that your marketing has to understand to do their marketing work, right? And you also qualify them. You know what kind of qualifications you want out of your ICPs. So you qualify them and you also nurture them. You actually tell them a lot about what you can offer, or you can actually address the pain points that they are currently experiencing. And then at the end, when they are ready to buy from you, you also help them through the entire sale process. And then after you're converting them, you also stay in touch with them, you build a relationship with them, you also build loyalty with them, you offer discounts, you offer, if they're coming back to you again, you offer a lot of other benefits to them as well. So the top of the funnel is called the top of the funnel. The bottom of the funnel is called the bottom of the funnel. So there are three stages, and each stage has 2 points to it, and we'll be looking at it. We'll be looking at it now. So, like I said, the sales funnel is wide at the top and narrow at the bottom. It actually filters your leads from the top, where everybody, there's a lot of leads in your pool. They actually come to you with a lot of interest. They want to understand what your offerings, and if it matches them, they actually come down. They come down the funnel. They come till the end. Sometimes they stay at the bottom of the funnel for a long period of time and then they convert. Sometimes they actually become cold at the middle of the funnel and then they come back to you at a later stage when they want to come back. And so every stage you lose leads, but then you also gain the loyal customers at the end. So to to begin with, the top of the funnel, the first stage of your funnel is awareness. So this is where your marketing works. So your marketing team will actually do your social media handling. You'll have to spend a bit of money in this part. You're actually doing brand visibility. You're creating interest about your product. You have to potentially invest a lot of money in your SEO, in your Google ads. You make sure that you give your marketing team the right CPAs. You tell them the ICPs. You tell them what kind of ideal customer profile you're looking at. You actually give them the leads for the content that they need to create. You the SEO part is very, very important, because there's about 5% of your total 100% of your client. I mean, this is something my director of strategy at Sales Global Associates tells me a lot, because there's only 5% of people that come to you on their own volition. That also happens actually through your SEO, right? So SEO is very, very important in terms of a brand visibility at any stage in a sales funnel. You have to always be at the top of the Google ads. You have to always be at the top. Whenever there is somebody that is looking for a particular solution, and if you are offering them, you have to be at the top of it. And your awareness actually multiplies when you invest some money in your SEO and your Google ads. Apart from which, you can also create multiple blog posts on your website, which might rank better on your Google ads, which might rank better in SEO as well. So the next part of the top of the funnel is the interest stage. So in this part is where you actually engage your leads. So once you get the leads, you engage your leads, you create lead magnets, you create curated email marketing campaigns here. So you send out emails, you do CTAs with their pain points, you address their pain points through emails, you probably send out newsletters. So you can also do your one part of lead nurturing at this stage itself, wherein you're addressing their pain points as well. And you add your own, you create your own webinars to it, you add newsletters. So the blogging part of it, when you're blogging, you also create newsletters and you add those into your email marketing campaigns. And you also now invest into lead magnets. So you are basically if you are a early stage startup, what you can actually do is you can go on ChatGPT and you can create your own ebooks and ChatGPT will give you the entire thing. And I mean, not everyone reads them, your white papers and your ebooks, if you don't have the time, or if you don't have the person to invest into a content marketing content writer who can write you an entire white paper for you. You can actually just go on chat gpt and enter whatever details you want to. You can ask them questions and you can create your own white paper. You can do your own ebook. I mean, you definitely have to do a bit of tweaking to it, but still, that would also pique the interest in terms of lead magnets, right? For people who are in the early stage, early stages at the top of the funnel. So moving on to the next. So what kind of considerations are you offering? So now all your prospects have actually shown interest in you, and now they want to talk to you. So when they are talking to you, what do you do? If you are a product company, like how Cognics is, and Cognics actually provides demos. So you provide demos of your product. You follow up with them in terms of giving multiple demos to everybody in their team. If it is a large organization that you're targeting, you actually, I mean, previously, to give you an example, previously when I was working in a SaaS product company, I have given multiple demos for the same company on the same day with different sets of people. So first there would be two people talking to you, and then they would say, "Can you give this demo to the other team?" So you would be following up with multiple demos, but still that is a stage where they are trying to understand your product better, because they're also looking at that as a place where you're addressing the pain points as well. So when they're asking you to give multiple demos of your product in a single day, what you have to understand there is that they are actually experiencing something, understanding something that is completely addressing their pain point, and they would definitely be a future prospect for you. So if you're a services company, what you do is you actually you can offer them case studies. You can actually give them client testimonials. At this point, you can also do your own product. You can actually explain your entire sales process. So in at the Global Associates, what we do at the consideration stages, we talk to the clients, we qualify them, we understand what their pain area is, and then we do our sales demo, which actually has the entire sales process of what we do at the Global Associates. And after this, after once you finish your demo, what you do is you follow up. So once you finish your demo, you say, okay, I'll get back to you with, I'll send you case studies, I'll talk to you, I'll send you customer testimonials. At this point is where you also offer them multiple free trials. You offer them limited time offers or discounts. You actually tell them, you know what, I'll give you a free trial of my product. Why don't you try it out for a month? Or why don't you, this is a free trial offer, and you can use it for 3 months, and post that we can actually see if you would like to continue using this product. So you give them personalized follow-ups. You actually give them, you do multiple follow-ups. You do, say, for example, today you send out an email saying, hey, this is a free trial. Would you like to take a look at it? And if they don't respond to you, you send a follow-up every 2 days, every alternate day, without a consistent follow-up, without being on top, without, they have to have immediate recall every time. They have to either see your email or they have to hear you on the phone. You're either calling them, you're sending them a WhatsApp message, you're sending them an SMS, or you're just emailing them. So you have to be on top of their mind. You have to be able to reach them. uh, they have to be able to recall you immediately at this point, because not only have you finished your demo, not only have you told them what your product is, what your intent is in terms of your product is, but you also have to be on top of your follow-ups. You have to make sure that you're there, you are remembered. And so what happens at this phase is also, you call them up, you listen to them, you ask again, you call them and ask them why they're hesitating to, why they're hesitating, why is it taking them time, why is it that they are unable to come to a decision. If you can, you know offer them solutions. So any purchase or any intent that you have, any consideration that you give them, it should always be a solution part of it. You're always solving a solution for them. You're not selling something that they don't require. You are selling something that they always require. So that is why they are leads to you. So you should ask them, you should listen to them, you should understand their pain point, and then you sell them. You offer them the solution. And you always make sure that when you're talking to them, when you're through your follow-ups, you're always giving them your personalized pitches. You tailor your speech. You tell them exactly what they want to hear. You say, for example, you call up a client and the client is not sure about what when they can close. You can probably tell them that, hey, so we are running this particular campaign for you. I've actually gotten certain discounts for you. This free trial comes with a discount which is limited, which actually has a limited time offer. And you also create FOMO for them. You So when you're giving them this intent, you create FOMO as well, and you also create a sense of urgency for them to close this. So now, once you've done all of that, and once they say yes, they wanna buy from you. So now you onboard them. So now that they've become your customers, you onboard them. You make sure that your onboarding is very, very smooth. You're on top. You're also talking to the operations team. You're also talking to the client, and you're making sure that the onboarding is very smooth. You sales, you try and make sure that you have sales enablement platforms. You try and make sure that you have CRM. You have everything that makes it easy for your client to go in. Start demoing. You start trying your product or start trying your service, because they also need to understand you more, because pro- till this point you're the only person who's interacting with the client. So now it's your team that's going to be talking to them, and so you're making sure that the client has the smooth transition talking to your client. And next is your loyalty building. So what happens after you sell, after the client is onboarded, after the operations team is completely handling it? You don't forget your client. You don't forget them. You never do. You have to go back to them. You have to always try and talk to them. You have to understand, hey, what's happening? Do you think it's going fine? Are you happy? Do you want to do something more? Do you want to uh, do you want to also try something else? So when you're saying, do you want to try something else, you're also upselling, you're also cross selling to them, you're also making sure that the client is very happy with the operations. So at this point, when the client is onboarded, when they are also anxious about how it is going to go, they trust you more because they know you more. Sorry, excuse me. So and when they've been with you for long, since you've already built a good relationship with them, when you have long lasting customers, you also offer them incentives in terms of, say, if you have an existing client, this client also wants to do something more, you offer them discounts. And if they want to, say, um, start another, say, for example, with us, if there is a long there is an old client who wants to restart their campaign with us. So if it is a long if there is a long gap between the clients who, if he wants to come back, so there is an initial setup fee that we will be giving at a discount. But usually for existing clients who are already running campaigns, you can also say, we will waive off the setup fees. We will give you a 40% discount on whatever it is that you're looking at. So so that is how you end up building a loyal customer. That is how you end up making sure that they stay loyal to you. Or even if you move out of that particular company, and you might have heard of people who have their own network. This is how they have the network, because at the end, they are also human, and you're human, and you're building a relationship with them, right? So this is the bottom of the funnel, and this is where I ended. So like I said, I hope this webinar was actually very insightful, and it also helps you in closing deals effectively. And sales is actually a very, very lengthy process. It doesn't happen in a day. Sometimes it does happen in a day, and there is no magic wand. Like, Jumki says from Global Associates, there's no magic wand to closing sales deals. It's always about consistency. It is always about following strategies. It is always about understanding your product better, also listening to your client more, and giving them solutions. So, thank you so much. Uh, if you have any questions, you can ask me. We can go on with it.
Truly amazing. Like it was genuinely very insightful.
Thank
And
you so
I
much.
would, yes, again, would like to mention if anybody has any questions or any doubts, let us know or write in the like in the chat box. I'll unmute you.
Hi, Rohini.
Hi,
Nikhil this
Nikhil.
side.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I also do the same, or I do also the same things that you have mentioned in the PPT. So I
Okay.
just want to ask one thing.
So,
So which is a better way to do the follow-up, whether to communicate through a mail with a body only, or sending them certain customized images or some brochures. So which attracts the customer more? I just want to know about that. So basically, I'm asking about which looks more professional.
see, follow-ups are follow-ups are something that you have to be on top of every time. There is no question about what looks more professional, because when you're following up in terms of sales, I'm talking about you always do your email follow-ups. When you're email following up, you write very brief, quick emails. You can just ask, hey, why is it, I mean, you're asking them, why is it taking you a long time? Do you need assistance in actually do you have any questions? Do you want me to explain something to you better? And in the meanwhile, why don't you take a look at this particular case study? Or why don't you, so we are running a particular offer for this. Why don't you, would you be interested in talking about it? Can I connect with you on the phone? So once you do an email follow-up, you also do a phone follow-up. And once you do a phone follow-up, you also do a WhatsApp follow-up. So what happens is your follow-up cycle should be, so if you're able to reach them on phone, you follow up on the phone as well, you follow up on their WhatsApp as well. And if possible, if you're connected on LinkedIn, you also connect on LinkedIn as well, and you follow up there as well. So like I said, a follow-up is something that you have to be on top of. They have to always have recollection. They have to know, they have to keep asking you, they have to remember you. That is more important. And like you said, you can always attach marketing collaterals. Your marketing also has to work with you clearly. So you have to attach marketing collaterals. You can also attach ebooks. Like I said, you can use ChatGPT in case you don't have an existing collateral with you. You can also attach white papers. So these white papers and ebooks are not something that is available for everybody to consume, right? So it is something that is very personalized in nature.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for the wonderful insights.
Thank you, Nikhil. Hi, Varun.
Hi. I just wanted to add something to which Rohini said to Nikhil's question.
So,
So, Nikhil, your follow-ups, all right, they have to be personalized. You always need to remember that it doesn't matter what you send. What matters more is that they should be personalized. Okay? If your follow-ups address the issues, what Rohini talked about, fear of missing out, okay, and if they are addressing the pain areas of the prospect you're in touch with, that is more important. You can send whatever you want to. What is more important is consistency. And on top of everything else, how often are you following up? Don't inundate with stuff. Okay, don't inundate people. Too much follow up is also bad. But you should know that at every stage of your sales funnel, be it getting information out of them, or sending out a proposal, or during the agreement stage, the follow-ups consistency needs to be figured out. What works best for one person might not work it for another person. Sales is also about developing a personality of your own. So what is more important is consistency and multiple channels.
thank you. Thank you, Varun. Yes, Nikhil. So, Varun has put it very clearly.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for the wonderful explanation.
Yes, any else questions? Does anybody have any else questions? Please let me know.
Yes, Amit. Hi.
Hi, Rohini. It's Amit this side.
Hi, Amit.
Yeah. So, Rohini, I have a question regarding the LinkedIn.
Sure.
So how basically we have usually the target of like increasing the followers, and that too
Okay.
of our preferred audience.
Okay.
So with the preferred customized demographics, like
Okay.
the designation, the experience, the industry, the level, all these things. So how
Okay.
to make sure that we are increasing the audience? How, what is the like if I say, what are the paid ways on in LinkedIn and what are the unpaid ways of LinkedIn uh, to increase the followers? So unpaid, I do understand that follower campaign. That's it. So what could be the other tactics to increase the follower base within your, preferred demographics or the industry base?
Okay. So, in my previous organization, right, there was somebody who we worked on a campaign for them only to increase their LinkedIn followers. So, I mean, obviously, we were not using paid campaigns for them. They were paying us just to increase their followers, right? So, if you have your own official page, you create a lot of your own content, wherein you do a content calendar, wherein you post content on a weekly basis for your own page on LinkedIn, as well as on groups that are relevant to you. Say, for example, if you're selling a learning management solution, right, like Cognics is, there are
Okay.
multiple groups that you can go on, and you can actually post about you can actually post your marketing collateral on those groups. Apart from which, what happens when you do that is your existing followers also get notified of the same, and if somebody is commenting on that also, they get notified of the same. Apart from which, I would also encourage you to do lot of commenting. You have to comment on all and every post. What happens is people notice the comments that you post in. So every post that you see has a lot of content in it, but when you are actually posting insightful comments on certain posts that are relevant to your topics, and you can actually take the help of ChatGPT. I take the help of
So
ChatGPT in
Rohini, the
terms of
thing is, look,
rewriting everything.
yeah. So Rohini, absolutely, absolutely, like Gemini AI and Chat GPT, we
Yeah,
can use. So
yeah.
the thing is, the thing which you have suggested, that may be
Hmm.
helpful, but this is more helpful towards creating getting the engagement, like in terms of like comments, reactions, likes, reposts. But
Yeah.
for followership, maybe we have seen that we have been doing that. So you can get the reactions, the engagement, but
Hmm.
followership has not been so much like it has not got elevated.
Okay.
Amit, Amit,
Yeah.
can I answer that for you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, please, please, yeah.
Okay, so Amit, your followership, all right, your followership will only increase if you establish yourself as a trusted partner. Okay, your followership improves. See, what you're basically talking about is the fact that you would like to increase your followers, and what you want is end goal of whatever you're talking about is increase the traffic to your website. Okay, so that people can actually convert into leads. For your
Mhm.
followership to go up, you need to build a trust, you need to build a lot of faith in your brand. And if you would like to do that, you have to follow what Rohini says. You need to engage with people. So to get that followership to a level, you need to do a lot of content marketing on LinkedIn. Okay, post your sales and marketing collateral. Talk about things which are relevant. Talk about things which are current in the market. Okay, which can be related to what you're selling.
Mhm, mhm. Okay.
Okay, that's how you build trust in people. I know about this topic, I know what I'm talking about, and that's how people will see you as an influencer in that space.
Mhm.
And for that, as Rohini said, you need to be very regular with what you post on LinkedIn.
Yeah, so maybe you are talking about establishing a thought leadership basically in that arena.
Exactly, you need to
Exactly.
have thought leadership, and you need to
Mm.
turn into somebody who's trustworthy, who can speak, who has a right to speak about that topic. That
Mhm.
increases your followership. Now, see, even on LinkedIn, what you're talking about is driving people to your profile or driving people to your website. The other way of connecting with over LinkedIn is you do an outreach. You find out who your ideal customer is. Okay, you find out who the right party contacts within that ideal customer company is. You reach out to them yourself. That's how you get leads. You need to know that this company will work out best for me, and then
Mhm.
within that company, this is the decision maker, the right party contact. Okay, you talk to them, you connect with them, send them a note. Hey, I'm from XYZ company, and this is what I can do for you.
Okay, sure, Varun. Thanks. It
So
was
there are two ways to do it. One, you increase your followership by establishing yourself as an influencer and thought leader. The other one is, of course, you do the outreach yourself. LinkedIn can be used in multiple ways.
yeah, yes.
Conduct a couple of webinars, Amit. I mean, people sign up for a lot of webinars. People want to
Mhm.
hear what you talk about. If you establish yourself as a leader, thought leader in a particular domain,
Yes,
you
yes.
actually conduct, small webinars, short webinars, talk about the product. So more people who sign up for it, more people will also follow you. More people
Yeah,
also will
yeah.
follow your page.
Absolutely. So yes, we are going to do that. In fact, we are doing that, and now maybe we are going to increase the frequency. Yeah.
Sure.
Okay,
Thank
sure.
you, Amit.
It was helpful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so everybody, we will just wait for 1 more minute and then we will be wrapping up the call. So if anybody has any more further questions, please let us know.
Ashish Yadav has a question. What's the best strategy for closing high value sales? So, Ashish, any value sale is very important. Any strategy that you follow is in terms of you know uh, giving them the best value proposition that you can offer. Your product actually, see, at the end of the day, your product is very important in terms of the value that it adds to your prospect. Any high value deal that you want to close, you make sure that you are on top of the onboarding process as well as on top of the follow up there. At the stage of closing, also, you have to be consistent with your follow up. You have to send multiple emails. You have to make sure that they have, if they have any questions, if they have any doubts about your process, if they have any doubts about your product, you address it very clearly. You make sure what you can offer succulently, and then you tell them this is what you can offer, and this is the best pricing that you can give them the best deals at possible. If they say, you don't have to bend over backwards and say, oh, I'll do everything, I'll offer the moon, because there is nothing that you can offer in terms of a moon, right? You can only offer what you can give as a value proposition. So make sure that you are relevant, that you're saying the right things, that you're addressing the right pain areas for them. You can also tell them, like, if they have a particular concern, you can address that. You can ask them to try you out. There is also a trial of giving an offer of trying you out for as a pilot. So like, we recently closed a client. They are also, I feel every client is a high value client for me. So we gave them lot of solutions, because they are trying to sell in the Middle East region. We actually gave them an idea. I mean, we gave them an idea to set up an entity there. So when we gave them such ideas, they were very convinced. They were very confident about what we could offer them, and they were very convinced that they can actually work with us. So that was one of the strategies that we followed. So for you, what works best is, at what is the product that you're selling and what strategy you can adopt. Yeah, like, we have to definitely give them advice. You have to listen to them. You listen to your client, and you personalize your speech. You tell them the best way forward for them is through you, and is through your solution, is through your product. Anybody else? So I think we can close this. So if you have any questions, I've pinned my email ID. You can reach me on my email, and you can also reach me on my LinkedIn. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining me today.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. Your insights were really helpful, especially for everybody who's new in this field. And
Thank you.
anyone who has any more further questions, you can please reach out to her on our LinkedIn, and we will be wrapping up this call. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you for connecting, and everyone who joined and gave their time to us. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Samruddhi. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody.